Hello everybody, it is Obscure Nick here today with a new video, and today we'll be discussing Kim Petras' new EP, S-Pop. I can't say the name on here, which is why I'm just calling it S-Pop for the rest of the day. And we're gonna talk about why it was produced by none other than Dr. Luke. So, as you know, let's deep dive and thrive. So for those who don't currently know, Dr. Luke is in the heat of it all. For those who don't know who Dr. Luke is, he is an American producer and songwriter. He worked with many well-known pop artists such as Britney Spears, Avril Lavigne, Jessie J, Katy Perry, Miley Cyrus, and many more. He even worked in Nickelodeon realms with stars such as Miranda Cosgrove and Victoria Justice, which that could be a whole thing on why they don't do music in mainstream media industry anymore. Kim Petras is one of those people who has been working with Dr. Luke since 2017, which was the beginning of her career. She has continued to work with him throughout Kesha speaking out against him and him abusing her for years. Kim Petras has been getting called out constantly for this because she's just been continuously working while Kesha has been trying to get him arrested and get him thrown in jail. And it's kind of weird how Kim Petras keeps putting the situation under the rug, and I feel in many ways she is dismissing Kesha's overall experience. Just because you experience one thing doesn't mean it didn't happen to someone else, and we have to always go in with that mentality. But this was her acknowledging the situation sort of back in 2018. This was written on her Twitter. She says, "Most people have been really supportive and positive about my joining the Troye Sivan tour. However, some have not. I want to share with you what's in my heart. While I've been open and honest about my positive experience with Dr. Luke, that does not negate or dismiss the experience of others or suggest that multiple perspectives cannot exist at once. I didn't communicate this clearly in the past. After seeing some people's reactions to the news of my support on the Bloom Tour, I've learned about the effect of some of my past comments. I want to say that I'm sorry to anyone that I upset. This has been a big learning experience for me. I do not want to express my sympathy for any and all abuse victims. Troye has always worked hard to create a safe, open, and celebratory environment for his shows to take place in. I share these values and I would love to show that to you on the Bloom Tour." Now, so she kind of addresses that she understands that her situation doesn't mean that it's different, that there couldn't be other different experiences. So I'm glad she addressed that back in 2018, that you are still working with the guy, but I understand that she's kind of waiting for a verdict in a way, a confirmed one, even though we kind of know some stuff. But I'm gonna just go with the word allegedly, of course, until anything is confirmed, of course. What I really think is happening, truthfully, is that I think Kim Petras is being controlled by Dr. Luke, and I really want to read this article on Pink News on why I think there's a strong possibility and why I think there's a lot of confirmation that that could be the case. Petras signed a publishing deal with Luke's company Prescription Songs earlier in her career, and more recently signed a major record deal with his label Amigos Records, an imprint of Republic Records. Fans have speculated for years that Petras, Doja Cat, and other female artists signed to Luke's label imprints are bound by restrictive contracts, which force them to release tracks as singles and credit him as writer even on songs to which he does not contribute. When asked about the nature of her agreement with Luke, Petras was vague but implied it wasn't possible for her to severed professional ties with the producer, saying, so people want me to quit making music because that's the option? Okay, with that being said, nobody's asking you to quit music. Just quit making music with him is what I think a lot of people are getting at. There are other more amazing producers out there. Well, actually, I'll get into why I think she's a bit worried about that. Because judging from this article, I feel Kim Petras is being controlled by a contract, if anything. And she signed something without realizing it long ago. And again, she's been working with Dr. Luke since the beginning of her career. Her first single released in August of 2017, which was produced by Dr. Luke, called I Don't Want It At All, which truthfully, a lot of people, before they release music, they go in music circles and it takes them a couple of years to get something out. I mean, Kesha was working with him since 2005 and she didn't come out with anything since 2009. I think Kim Petras might have worked with him much earlier, before the allegations came about from Kesha about him. So she may not have been aware at the time, and she may have signed something that she may be forced to be saying the things that she said, and she may be forced to work with him. Because in the music industry, sometimes when you sign things, you have to follow through on the contract. And that could be where she's at. And it could be something very sticky that we don't know about, which is why I'm trying to give you a why today, because we always say what, but we don't ask why. And this is why I think Kim Petras is actively working with Dr. Luke to this day. And before people go in and saying I'm just being a conspiracy theorist, well, here we have Dr. Luke is very capable of controlling Kim Petras, because this article on People is Kesha on trial in 2011 denying the sexual advances from Dr. Luke and even protecting him, and she was under contract with him at the time. So this was before she accused him of anything. So the people behind the scenes with money, people like Dr. Luke, control everything. And they put it in the media to push a certain narrative until they get caught. And it took a while for Kesha to speak out. And Kim Petras could be very well in the same spot Kesha was in 2011, and we may not know it. So we got to hear everything. We got to really understand what type of person this is and what others could be experiencing at this very moment, past and present. Because if it was going on in the past, it could still very well be happening in the present. Another element of why I think Kim Petras is allegedly being controlled by Dr. Luke is, well, look at the titles of the song on her new album, S-Pop. First off, every track on this album is produced by Dr. Luke. And look at what the tracks are called. Treat Me Like an S, Throat Goat, XXX, Superpower B, and especially Your Wish Is My Command, which screams control. Those titles just give me S Dungeon vibes, truthfully, and it's like I'm all yours and you're not getting away from me. And I feel this is a certain message being portrayed here. Listen, I'm also all for explicit and supporting female empowerment and individual freedom and women doing what they want. However, I don't think this album is about that lyrically and content-wise. It only shows that in a sexual way, but not in a way that is empowering. And it's purely sexual and nothing else. Which is fine if you want that, and I'm all for people doing whatever they want. But the fact it's produced by an unknown abuser, Dr. Luke, is a major red flag, and why I think another reason why I think Kim Petras could very well be controlled, because all of these songs sound control me, you know what I mean? Like, a better album that centers around that subject matter is Madonna's Erotica, which has numerous ideas and numerous flavors to it, and I feel there could be notes taken from that album to be put into here. Let's also talk about have a conversation about how identical these songs are to a lot of stuff Kesha did in her earlier career on Animal, Cannonball Warrior, such as songs like Take It Off, Your Love Is My Drug, which gives me Control Me type of vibes, Blow, Sleazy, and even her first tour was called the Get Sleazy. So again, the parallels between Kim Petras and Kesha's career are insane, and I think a lot of people aren't making enough of those crossovers and not seeing that Dr. Luke is still controlling people to this day, allegedly. I will also say that I'm not trying to justify Kim Petras' actions, because I feel like I'm just trying to give a why, because the actions are still wrong, but is she being controlled though? Is what I'm asking. And I will also say Kim Petras is a trans woman, which is a struggle in itself more than anything, especially in this industry that discriminates against that. And I feel the world will take a lot more advantage of you a lot easier and sense your vulnerabilities a lot easier because of your identity. And I think in many ways she could very well be, and I think her career is on the line, and I think it's extremely hard, even more so than anyone, for trans women to be believed. We are not taken seriously by the general public, and that's what Kim Petra said in that Pink News article, that she was not taken seriously in her hometown in Germany, and I know how that feels. I really do. And I think we need to remember that and keep that in mind as well. And again, I'm not trying to justify Kim Petras' actions, because I don't think she should deny Kesha's experience, and I think that is insanely wrong to deny someone else's experiences. However, I'm just giving a why to a why on why I think Kim Petras is really working with Dr. Luke behind the scenes, and I feel this is truthfully what could be going on. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Subscribe and check out the next one, and much love to you all, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Bye!